Thank everybody for coming today. We're getting ready. We're about 2 weeks out, well, actually less than 2 weeks out to the CEOSpace forum. And so this is our getting together, kind of talking about some of the final details that are in the new member packet, and also doing a little bit of planning, working individually with those of you, the lucky 3 that are here today, working on your elevator pitch, and then also any specific strategies that might be important for you at this particular forum for your project. So my intention is to go through and really help you. Usually, you know, we do a second one. I'm going to cram in as much as I can, but we may end up actually doing another one, kind of going a little bit deeper on your strategy too, because there's a lot happening with the week events. So first off, just wanted to go through, basically you have free bonus classes for life. They kind of tagline this. Most of you have heard that Forbes designated this as the #1 must-attend business conference in 2015. I'm muting you again, Robin. So you're going to have access to free bonus classes for life. They have bonus classes the weekend before and the closing weekend. Bonus classes for life are both online and offline. Access to the grad weekend for life, and that's really the second half of the conference. It's all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and this is where you have the opportunity to attend at no cost and really bump up things, you know, just for the weekend. If you want to attend the Friday meals with everybody that's been there all week, you can do that for $150. So there's other things you can go to, but just being there is really great. And you have all the networking opportunities that come up there at the event and even ongoing. You have the ability to travel all across the globe, and wherever there's a club, you can plug into an Instant Family to speak. You can plug into Connect, Network. For me, I found places to crash my head. You know, you become family after you spend a week in living with people in this environment. You really find that it's a tribe. There is a money back guarantee. So when you go, if you know, this says you have to fully participate, because obviously you won't know until you know. You have to attend all the sessions, all the meal tables, personal appointments with faculty members of your choice. So that's another thing that we'll talk about today. Networked. And if you're not happy with your results by the end of the week, you can request a refund, except for the cost of your meals, which is real small. So on Sunday, or you know, I think it's Sunday at Implosion, you let somebody know, and they will actually cut you a check before you leave. So I can't think of any other business. They don't do that in universities. They don't do that in colleges. I think that is one of the things that really makes us stand out above, you know, as a business organization. It's great. In-room presentations, you'll find when you get there that there's a lot of in-room presentations that are happening. Some people are doing them in the lobby, some people are doing them up in their room, and basically people are doing PowerPoint or talks, and they could be doing it to get new clients, they could be doing it to get investors. There's a lot of different reasons why people are doing in-room presentations, and ideally we want to talk about what's your best strategy. And then you have our community culture, and this is one of the things as a member benefit that's unique, that place of collaboration, cooperation, and like I said, family. It's a beautiful thing. So the first thing that you want to do, if you're not for some reason going to this particular one, because I know there's a few people that are watching this that are still on the fence or not going because it's not the right time for them, be certain that you go to CEOSpace.net and pick the date that you're going. The minute you do your initial deposit of the $1,000, you're actually getting access to the fund busting. You're getting access to the pre-class kit. There's a lot of whole additional education that you get access to once you do that. If you haven't booked your hotel room already, you want to make sure you do that. It's best to do it through the website because we don't pay resort fees, and it's usually about $146 146 with tax. If you need help with room sharing, we've got a great, if you don't mind room sharing, we've got a great Facebook page that always, anybody I've known that's wanted to room share that went there, they got everything that they needed. I had somebody last time come that was a teen, and he room shared with Paul Hoyt on faculty. I was like, you are so lucky to have, one of the mentors that you're sharing your room with. So be certain that you book the dates that you're going, book your reservations. Now, transportation to and from the Westin. You want to go ahead and look at their shuttle schedule or call for their shuttle schedule, because it really doesn't, they don't start their shuttle until 11 a.m. in the morning. And it's $30 each way. They used to, when I first went, they didn't have the shuttle. I didn't realize this until a couple of forums ago. I'm like, you have a shuttle now? We had to, oh my gosh, it was like $75 to get out there. So it's $30 each way. You have to book that with the hotel ahead of time. So make sure that you get that set up for getting there. Really, I found that you don't need a car. If for some reason you feel that you do, there's people there that have cars. You can look at doing that. But for me, once I get in the hotel, there's people there with cars. If you really needed something, it's pretty easy to get around. But most everything you need is kind of there in the hotel. But if you want to rent one, that's fine. Let's see here. So anything about the shuttle, that's again on their website. I'm going to email you once you're enrolled, that you get a whole kit that kind of spells this out in more detail. The big thing with the hotel, and you're going to meet them actually in the valet. It says you want to go to ground zero. So when you get there, you're going to go to the lower level from baggage claim, and you'll find the shuttle in between carousel 7 to 9. So ground zero, which is a really weird name, and 0 to 9, head towards the doors past the Starbucks, and you'll see a black or white shuttle that says Westin on it. So go ahead and get that set up. All right. I'm going to pause real quick to do a quick check-in. And then I'll get back into this. I want to hear everybody that's here. So, Randall, can you go ahead and give your elevator pitch?
Oh, dear. Okay.
Now remember, this is 60 seconds.
It's no shorter than it was a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I can't. I'm an attorney. I can only use 1 word or 10 words when one will do. So I'll do my best.
Okay.
We are creating a country club for millennials. We own a farm in western Howard County, Maryland. We've catered events for the last 59 years, and we're creating a retreat center with the focus as paintball, and we are focusing on our corporate clients as well as millennials, because we've found that that this is the kind of resource that would allow them to do training and group activities. We have a full-service catering, and we're one of the oldest minority businesses in the United States.
Wow, that's great. I
wish I'd recorded that, because I've never said it that succinctly ever.
Well, it is recorded, and you'll get a copy of it.
Okay, thanks.
So the one thing at CEOSpace is that it's this energy of how can I support you. So I would suggest probably closing with what I'm looking for next is. What I'm looking for is. And I don't think I shared this with you guys yet. Sorry about that. When I'm working with clients to help them prep for CEOSpace, what I would do is I would have them make what I call a wish, Santa's list. I say, you know what? You don't know this yet, but you're getting ready to go visit Santa in business. And you can literally make a list of 20 things that you want to get out of there. And I work with these 2 categories. What are challenges that you're facing in your business? It could be from employees, funding, billing. I mean, anything that you can think of that's a challenge, you can take to the space and work it out. So any challenges or any goals If you have a specific thing that you'd like to have happen in your life, you can go there and mastermind on that. I mean, I had one person where I was talking about, it's like you could go there and say, hey, I need to get my company in making passive income of $20,000 a month. What would you suggest I do? If you meet with faculty and mastermind that at the tables and get input, you will definitely leave there with, if not two or three solutions, at least one solution to help you move forward. So challenges and goals that you have that you want to accomplish, and also contacts. I just thought of that. That's another thing. I would go there and say, I'm looking for a high up in Whole Foods. So you can also get very specific on what it is you're looking for, contacts that you might need. And so for you, Randall, having that thing, what came to mind with yours is I'm looking for individuals that lead corporate retreats and looking for a home to lead them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think I have a few contacts for you. One is in Vegas, so yeah, we should probably talk about that offline. But
Sure.
but the more, that's the other thing. When you do this elevator pitch or this snap, not only are you doing it at the meal table, and every meal table has a different experience. So some people lead them, to help you with your snap. Some people, we have a guy there that leads with a colored personality and how to use that in your business. That's Bill Sterling, is really awesome. Everybody has kind of their own mentoring, but you have the opportunity in each one to share who you are, what you're doing, and what you need support with. So when you do your elevator pitch or your snap, it's really good to say, so what I'm looking for is this. Now, when you're there, you're going to, what I do is I bring, I bring just a big envelope, and especially if I'm looking for more clients. So something like you, Randall, where you could say, I'm looking for high ups in corporation. That could be one, or in however you want to language that. So in that envelope, you'd write what that snap was and put everything in there, because usually when you leave, I mean, I'm just going to show you. This is one conference here. It's like, look at this. So to be able to have, and what's great, you know what, I'm supposed to talk about this as we keep going along here, but you're getting See Me cards. So the See Me cards are what people do. You'll see, let me show you one where somebody actually wrote more information. So that when I call them back, there's more information that's there. So you'll be getting these all week long to support whatever it is that you need help with. So having a few of them, and that way you can do it. And this is kind of the organization for the follow-up. You want to have something, because when you go there, you're in there with a suitcase for a week, and when you leave, the easier it is for you to follow up. Some people don't realize how overwhelming. They've never had this many leads, and so having that in place. Any question? I thought that was good.
Oh, thank you. I astonish myself. Doesn't happen often.
Lisa or Robin, do either of you have any ideas, anything on that, or I'm open to this part being, collective. And Robin, you might as well go ahead and unmute yourself, because I think you're next. If you don't mind.
Well, here I go. I think I got it.
Yep,
Yay?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't get up. What do I say? I haven't prepared an elevator speech.
Okay.
I didn't know that I was going to do that.
And that's good. This is perfect. This is why I do this hangout, because I really want you to know. Now, all of this is in, if you go to CEOSpace international /.com pre-class kit, or .com /pre-class kit.
Okay.
Robin, you have the link, because I know we're going through that.
Yes. Yes, I've been there.
It has some other training stuff, but yeah, the snap is the really, again, it's not solid. Some people use different ones, but that's kind of the basis of going there and asking for what you want. So it's good. If you don't know what it is, then you get to wing it, and we can kind of support you with that.
Okay, awesome.
But I want to see your beautiful face. So can you show us?
I'll
Then I
answer.
don't feel alone. I'm the only one. There she is. She's so beautiful. Okay.
You're making me blush. Okay, so you want me to give it a try?
Yes, please. This is a non-judgment zone. We've all winged it before, and we're totally we love you.
Okay,
So
okay. My name is Robin Reese, and my business is real estate investing and sales, and I'm seeking, is it what I'm seeking? Or
yeah,
I'm seeking more knowledge about the real estate industry and investing opportunities.
awesome. So one of the things, only I know this from my background in real estate, is anything that you can add that would be I specialize in, or I love working with people who don't have that. That's fine. For me, I love working with people that I loved working with investors, but I also had a niche for working with people that that needed some creative financing. So that would that would be it. So you're looking for mentors in real estate?
Yes, um, basically, and I want it so I can do it like an online business, maybe.
Okay. Okay. I have two people. There's a girl, Michelle. You want to write this down, Michelle? She. I just would like you two to connect. She's actually doing something that I think would be. I'll go into more detail later. The other one would be Ken Cutright. Ken
Ken,
Cutright. Yep.
Ken,
Ken. Or
Ken.
Courtright. Court. He is. Oh my gosh! I just got another one. And Terry Levine. So we can go into more detail about that. But Ken Cutright and Terry Levine are. Terry Levine in 3 weeks just took somebody from nobody to celebritizing them with her whole online marketing, TV. They're doing some really high level in a short period of time. So she might be somebody to pick her brain.
And Michelle, what was Michelle's last name?
I don't know, but she's the
Okay.
one that wrote the book called How to Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth. And she sold over, I think, 500 million in business transactions. I mean, it's just crazy what she's accomplished.
Wow, it's worth. Okay, that's her book.
Yeah, I have her on my Facebook. I don't remember her name right now. She just joined last forum, so
Okay, awesome.
so great. So get clarity on that list, Robin. You know, have you started your list yet of the 2020 challenge? And is Joe there? Cause Joe's. I was hoping he could
No,
join
he
us.
didn't. He didn't make it here for whatever reason. I think he's gonna try to look at the recording.
Okay, perfect. So getting those 20 items down that you're because you just mentioned website. So I'm looking at how do I make money as a realtor online through a website? That's a great question to go to some of the mentors with. How do I do that?
Okay.
So really that list is a powerful tool, and it sometimes the more you can sit down with it.
I think I'm a little confused. I don't know which list. I must have missed something. It's a list
Okay.
of.
I was mentioning that one of the things that I would tell my clients that hired me to help them get ready for CEOSpace, the first thing that we would do is we would make a list of 20 things that they want to get out of CEOSpace, and we would focus on the area of what are challenges I'm dealing with in my business that I need to figure out because I just can't figure out, is there something that's stopping me from making income? Have I reached a ceiling? What are challenges I have?
Okay.
What are goals that I have that I'd like support with accomplishing? What are some things that you like? You just set a goal. I'd like to look at doing this online, and then I also just added the word contacts because I was like, yeah, that's a big part of it. If there's any key contacts that you'd like to get in touch with, let's say you need
Contacts or contacts?
contacts.
Contacts
Like
or
let's say you
contacts? I'm kind of not hearing
people.
too good.
People.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the next part of that is, you know, just getting that list together, but also, so that would be one part, but also going and looking at, and Lisa, you might want to type your snap in there if you don't mind. The other thing, I'll go ahead and read it for you in the Lisa voice, is getting the schedule. The schedule will be up in the next 48 hours on the website. And you'll be able to see there's actually two schedules. There's the bonus class schedule. They're all on the same page, but one says bonus class, so that's the Friday before, and then the regular class schedule. So it's good to go through that and look at who's on faculty that's there, and highlight or write down who you want to meet with, who you want to mentor with. Because what happens when you get there, this is kind of the flow. Class begins on Friday at around 3 o'clock. These are, you know, most of them are with Bernie. Dinner and lunch and breakfast is all on your own. So you're kind of doing your own thing when you're getting there. He has a few networking activities in what he's doing, but it's really kind of getting things going. When Monday happens, Monday is when we start the breakfast, the meal tables, the mentor meal tables. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday through Friday. And with that, there are breaks. And from the meals, usually people table, and afterwards, if it's somebody they want to dive deeper with and ask more questions, they'll say, "Hey, can you meet with me for a one-on-one?" And so anytime anybody you want to meet with, I mean, obviously their schedule permitting, they're there to do one-on-ones. I'm doing one-on-one publicity and event stuff all week long, and I'm not on faculty, but that's what I'm doing. Hold on. Nancy Matthews is asking if it's going on right now. Let me just text her and say, yes, we would love to see her beautiful. So here we go. So be mindful. Now, the first time I went, I think some of you have heard this story. The first time I went, I was so blown away the first night that I was like, I went in this frenzy of, oh my gosh, I got to meet with as many people as I can. I was up until 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, doing one-on-ones. I was in such a scarcity mindset, which I could look at it as I wanted the most out of it, but I know for me, I was like, is this really, you know, I got to get as much as I can out of this. And I must have had 26, 27 appointments, one-on-one appointments with people. I mean, if you do the math, if they're, let's say, 300 on a low end an hour, I had a lot of strategy sessions, a lot of one-on-one. So you could start booking those. You just ask for them. And many times they'll say, come to my meal table first, because they kind of want to get to know you, and that's okay. But if there's people there that you want to meet with, then definitely do some of the one-on-ones. We graduate on our Tuesday. We have the Super Snap, and that is run around with really funny hats, and we do a high-performance networking activity that is so powerful that literally you can ask for anything you want and get it. I had a guy ask for a contact to Janet Jackson and left there with somebody that knew her. It was like one handshake away. As I mentioned, I was looking for high up in Whole Foods, got a direct connection. The system that Bernie patented in this process is really, really, really powerful for asking for what you want and getting it. We do that again on Saturday, the grad weekend, and it's like twice the size. So it's just really happening. And I save the Tuesday snap and the Saturday snap for how do I want to showcase me. I'm not going to go, I'm looking for somebody to help me with strategic planning, because they're all there to help you with strategic planning. I'm looking for an attorney to talk to me about my licensing agreement. No, they're all there. Anything that you can get there, you do that. But anything that you want everybody to know you for, that's what you want to do on that Tuesday or and Saturday. So for me, I've got $3.1 million in free publicity. I have a simple system that teaches anybody how to do the same. Who do you know that wants to learn how to get free press? So that's what I do at the Snap. So it's leaving the impression of like she's in media, she's in marketing, she does publicity. She's looking for people that want marketing support. So again, you do not want to use that time to say I'm looking for investors, looking for, if there are certain people that you need that we can get there as a resource, come see me or ask for it at the meal table. But if it's something that can help you grow your business, or it might be more difficult to reach, for example, like I said with Randall, if we were to think of another, Lisa, I'm looking for corporate clients that want to go fishing. That's the place to do it, is those two, the Tuesday and the Saturday. Is this helpful so far?
Yes.
Good.
It's my second time around. I always learn new things.
Good. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's designed to where you can just show up and it works. I mean, really, you can just show up and it works. I've showed up and wanted to be prepared and just ended up there kind of last minute, and the magic still happens. But I know that there's a sense of comfort not seeing things for the first time. And even then, like, you guys will probably forget probably 95% of what I'm sharing, but somewhere it'll be, there'll be little gems where you'll be like, oh yeah, I need to remember this, or I want to do that.
Well, yeah, let me say, Shannon, not having gone ever, it's not the kind of thing you do once. It's the kind of thing you do over, your business career. And so, I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. It's a portal. It's a door to other opportunities. And let me just philosophize for a second. And I can't help but do that. But I've said in other contexts that entrepreneurs, we're not like other people. We're like the Martians of human beings, and we don't think like other folks, and therefore we really can't relate to other people. We relate to other people as friends or as employers, or other vendors, because all the people that you know and you hang out with are entrepreneurs. And there are very few of us, and as a result, we don't really relate to other people very well. We have a kind of weirdness about us. And so when you get together with a bunch of other entrepreneurs, it's kind of like being drunk for a week. You're like, oh my God, I've got all of these people, and they think just like I do. And, you're like, I can't believe I'm in this fraternity of people, and I have this sense of, a support and love and appreciation because I'm dealing with these people who, frankly, we only represent about 5% of the total population. So it's a neat thing. So, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this, and how much I'm looking forward to going to the subsequent editions of this, because, I've never related to a whole bunch of folks like this. This is a different thing. I mean, as you know, and I'm probably taking too much time, but I'll say this. I have people on my speed dial, and my speed dial friends are all entrepreneurs, and I'm all trying to get them to go to CEOSpace, so that we can hang out and we can talk. And it's about creating something that doesn't exist. Entrepreneurs take finite things and we create infinite value from things that are finite. Other people don't get that. They just don't get it. They don't understand it. It's not in their DNA. And they look at us like we're crazy. They look at us like we're Martians. So I can't tell you how much how much I'm looking forward to this, because I know I'm going to find people who are just like I am.
Yeah. I've shared with people that are raising capital, how it's so nice to be in a place. And last time, actually, Bernie did a survey of how many people are raising capital, and I thought there would be like half the room, and there was only like 20% of them that did. But I know for me, when I was in that phase of growth, to have people to really walk that walk and pick their brain, and I can't tell you how many people I've interviewed just on specific subjects of how they got through it and how they overcome it, and really accelerated my growth and breaking through some of those barriers. So thank you. That was a good one. So let's see here. Lisa, I'm just going to say she does amazing tours, fishing tours. Randall, you'll want to know her. You and AJ will want to know her. She sets everything up from beginning to end, and just wonderful. I was looking at her brochures like, this looks like fun. We just had Nancy Matthews join us. Nancy, do you want to, we did a real quick snap, is what we call it, a CEOSpace elevator pitch. I muted you because I heard a little bit of background noise. I didn't know if you wanted to give your quick snap. We're kind of snapping and doing a little bit of coaching and interjecting some formatting as we're going along.
All right. Actually, I am popped on. I am multitasking with a lot of stuff going on in my house, so I'm going to stay in listen-only mode. Thank you, though.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So Nancy has a very large women's organization. I'm going to speak on your guys' behalf. And
thank you.
The Women's Prosperity Network. She does the Unconference, the Level Up Conference. She has been a huge catalyst for helping women entrepreneurs take their vision and put it into action and get results. So, and built a very sacred, beautiful community, also in cooperation and collaboration. It's one of my homes and food, and excited that she's here. So, so again, when you get to the meal tables, you can ask for individual private sessions, and we do encourage you to do those on the breakout sessions. You know, they always have yummy snacks, fruit, vegetables, you know, bars on each of the breaks. So that's a great time to do it. When you get there and you're booking appointments, I remind. So well, let me back up here to the See Me cards. So the See Me cards. One of the things that everybody needs, and this may not be the best one, is they do labels. And so the labels people put on the See Me cards. Here's kind of a better one, but it doesn't have a website. You want to include your photo because people really remember who you are by your picture. This one put a quick tagline, phone number, but they will make them there for you. I get in, they set it all up. It's usually Sunday or Monday it's set up, and you can pay, I think, you know, they have a $10 option, a $20 option, I think a $25 option. They don't make a ton of cash on it. They've got somebody there that does it for, you know, a little bit of money on the side. So you don't have to do that if you don't want, but you do want, I would say, I think they say at least 150 labels. This says 140 labels. So if you do 10 pages, that'll give you 140 labels if there's 14 on a sheet. So so do that. Also bringing business cards. At least have 150 business cards with you. And on the See Me card, this is what, so if you're at a meal table and, for example, you know, I know somebody for Randall, I just said, hey, I know somebody that does corporate retreats, then I can fill this out and say, I have an influence on, and put the person's name. When you give a See Me card, you want to put information on there so that when they call you back, you remember, you can make that connection. So take that moment, even at the snap when people are running around quickly, just write something so that when they connect with you, that you remember what it is that you said that you could help them with. So when you get there, you get a schedule, and it's, you know, usually we fold it up and they give us a nice pocket name badge, but this schedule has, and again, this you're going to have access to online, but I love showing people this because, first off, and I didn't do it on this one, but you always want to write your name and number here because if you lose it, it sucks if you work it the way that I do. So you always want to put your name and number at the front. And then when I book appointments with people, I put it right here on the schedule. I put where I'm going to meet them and the phone number and circle the time. So I've seen people try to schedule with their iPhones. I've seen them try to use external things. I'm telling you, it ends up being a nightmare for them. Just like and if you have something going on that you need to do, put it in here. You know what I mean? If you have, like, let's say you have a conference call you got to be at on Wednesday morning, Nancy, who leads the Wow Wednesday, then put it in here so that you can kind of work around what's happening that week, because I found that this is the easiest way to kind of maneuver, because occasionally they're really good at being on time, but occasionally things will go a little bit late. So everybody will know, okay, we're going to meet on this break because it's on the schedule. So that's one of the little secrets. And when you get this online, there's also a list of instructors or faculty. And this is what I'm suggesting that you take a minute to go through and look at and kind of pre-plan. I think anytime we go to any event, it's good to look at who's there and who we want to connect with. Look at the sponsors, look at the speakers, look at the exhibitors, and start creating that intention of who it is that you want to see. So do that. And if you have questions on them, I know almost everybody there. I mean, he brings in new faculty and things like that. But if you have any questions, let me know. Any questions so far on what we've covered?
So far, so good.
Okay, so the breakout session. So basically, Monday and Tuesday they start where you have group classes. So you have to pick from like 3 or 4 different classes. It can be kind of difficult, but we've all had to make choices. So, but then when we start on Wednesday, we start with the super teaching. And both the opening ceremony, which they do a ribbon cutting and opening ceremony, is very special. They have an entire process that I feel there's key things that you don't want to miss, because it kind of walks you through this journey. But the ribbon cutting they do outside, that's usually out past the ballroom. You'll see people going out there. They'll have balloons, and you want to make sure you participate in that. But when they open the super teaching, before they let us all into this, what he's created, they always have what they call a door speech. So it's good to get there ahead of time to kind of hear, because again, you're on this journey, you're on this path, and it's a really beautiful thing what they've created. It's kind of ceremonial, that what's happening. So that goes from Wednesday to Friday, and they have multiple speeches, and it's all in one room. So that's kind of their superstars, or big headliners is on in the super teaching sessions. Class directory. So at the very end, you get this awesome book. It's $48, and you want to buy it, absolutely. It's literally a book with directory of everybody that, I don't have one here, it's out in the other room. Oh, got a messy desk. Everyone that is attended, you want to fill out. There'll be the same room where you get the labels from. Rolf is in there preparing the directories. So you'll put your basic information, but you'll also put your WOW, which is your project. What are you working on? What do you need help with? And then skills. So we put the skills, that way people know if they're reaching out and looking for something, they can come back and see you. So I have to tell you, this is where the gold is. This is absolutely, when they say, let's say you come for the week and all you do is come back for the weekends and get the directory, you're sitting really, really pretty. The directory is first class as far as the information that you put together, and really helps you connect. I have all of mine from years, and very resourceful. And you buy that at the expo on Saturday, or you can put in the order ahead of time, but you do that Saturday.
Shannon? 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 Oh dear. Can anybody else hear me? Shannon? Oh boy. Oh, shoot. Oh, dear.
Did I unfreeze?
Yes, you're unfrozen.
Yay! Okay. That was weird. I was going on and on and on because I'm
Yes.
moving in my thing. So where did we leave off? Do you do you know where we left off, Randall?
I
In room.
don't. I don't. We
Okay.
were talking
Did you
about.
hear the recording devices?
No, I'm not that technical.
Okay.
Um,
Did I talk about recording devices and recording
no,
your coaching session with faculty? You
no.
guys missed that. Okay. Okay. So you we invite you to record all your sessions. We have smartphones. There's gems. I mean, I'm telling you, there are so many gems there that that you want to record as much as you can, and people don't mind that you do that. I don't think you're able to record in the super teaching. Bernie sells videos of everything,
Sure.
which is great. So, but as far as your one-on-one sessions, definitely. So, in-room presentations are done in the sleeping rooms. There's a large screen TV that people work with. You can connect your laptop. People usually prepare invitation cards to get them up there. They just do lines and then kind of fill it out when they get to the hotel of the times. You know, once you kind of figure out your schedule, figure out what room you're in, then they leave the space for room, date, and time to do that. And you learn a lot by doing in-room presentations. It's a great opportunity to get feedback. It's a great opportunity to get some potential clients. But even attending them, you really get to see some remarkable projects. One time, this was 2 forums ago, we actually had a guy do his in-room presentation. He rented a big house across from the hotel, and he had a cookware line. So he cooked 140 people food and alcohol and all of this stuff. I mean, it was a great in-room presentation. So when you do them, typically people do pizza, chips, wine and cheese, something like that. You don't have to be that extravagant, but it is, it's really a great time to show your best. So watch for those and check them out and definitely attend while you're there. And you'll also see people doing them down in the lobby area. People pulling up their laptop and actually doing the presentation there too. So, and if you're interested in that, and that's where we sit down and kind of look at what is your custom thing, what is it that you want to do, and what's going to be best suited for your needs based upon those list of 20 items that are there. So the Saturday Expo, this is where we have faculty and members. They all have booths. One of the things that they require is that you do not hire any faculty there. Like, we don't want, they actually say to wait about a week to kind of collect your thoughts and go through everything and get home and kind of see what it is you want to do. Faculty is not allowed to sell you anything until the weekend. So at the expo, that's where you can kind of talk to them about what they're offering, and that's where they share some of what they're offering. But we suggest that you really, books or whatever it is you want, but any major contracts, do your due diligence. Everybody that comes when you get there, I have a team that meets with Justin and Tonya, and Justin and Tonya Rekla are former CIA agents. So I kind of take my little tribe and have you guys all meet with him, and we talk about due diligence and how to work there as CEOSpace. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about that here, but when you get there, that's one of the first things where, I'm going to get all of us together and meet with people. And I usually do that on Friday, the weekend, because that's when people start talking about money and stuff, and that. So we'll you'll want to make sure that you meet with Justin. I thought I knew a lot, and Randy, you can probably appreciate this being an attorney. I thought I knew a lot about, we hear background checks, and background checks are really easy, but their form of due diligence and what they do, the way of questioning, I've only had somebody do for me one time with wanting to get a reference, and it blew me away. So there's something that taught me. I haven't hired them yet, but it's only like $500 if you ever want to dig deep. But they have a lot to say. If I'm looking at doing anything in the space, I at least have a conversation with them, or I definitely if I'm engaging somebody, because CEOSpace is beautiful. It's amazing, and there's still, we still have to make conscious choices. Sometimes we come together with somebody, and we, as he says, are they able to deliver what we need and what we're looking for? And that's really what the due diligence is. Just because they've accomplished a lot, or their resumes may say certain things, at the end of the day, when we're doing our due diligence and we hire somebody, we want to make sure that whatever we're paying them to do, or hiring them to do, or they're promising to do for free, whatever that is, that they're able to deliver on that and meet our needs and meet our expectations. So that's key. Taking the conference home. So on Saturday, Harry Lay, who you definitely want to sit at his table. Harry Lay is a strategic planner. This guy was responsible. He worked with the architect firm that did all the Walmarts and stuff. So he's you have to read his background. He's somebody you could talk about with strategy for anything. He's amazing. But he does a class called Taking the Conference Home. And I have to tell you, the difference with people that take the time to do that class and the people that graduate and don't, there's a difference in what happens when you leave there and what you get out of your membership. So if you can, make sure that you highlight that Taking the Conference Home with Harry Lay, because it really gives you the nuts and bolts of engaging faculty, and kind of what's next when you go home to get the best results. Closing session. So on Sunday is a must attend. Again, we call it the implosion. Both Bernie and September will host that session. There's some very important that kind of drive the non-competitive home and the cooperative value proposition. And it usually ends around 2 o'clock, so you have the rest of Sunday free. But that Sunday implosion, the experience that he's created and the ceremony he's created is so beautiful. And if there's anything that you're not getting at that point, you'll get it there. And that's the time when you say, I want a refund. That's the time when you come up to me and you say, hey Shannon, this wasn't what I wanted, which I haven't had happen, but you can, and there won't be any questions asked. They don't need certain things to happen. They just need to make sure that you attended. But the closing ceremony is beautiful. Implosion. So leveraging your lifetime, he's really big on, and it's true. It's like the first time you're going, you're just kind of you're getting it, definitely, especially with some of this planning that we're doing. However, you're still trying to figure out what's going on. You're getting to know people. But by the time you get to the 5th one, I'm telling you, it's over the top amazing. So with that, I always invite people to go back to staff. They staff at a discount, and that's a whole other training program. My husband staffed a couple of forums ago, and you get individual sessions with faculty. You get a whole other training on high performance teams. They really, because you guys are donating time that week, they really dive in to do some individual help, and Bernie many times will come in and do some. That experience. I've done it 3 times. I haven't done it for a while, and I won't with Ryan. But it's. I think you're not done with your CEOSpace until you come back and staff, because that's your education. Let's see here. You want to monitor yourself. So you may have feelings of being overwhelmed, unsure of what to do. Snap not working, frustrated. Sometimes when you know, after 2 or 3 days of coaching around your Snap, sometimes I've had people come and go, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to say. So the first thing is you want to take care of your well-being. You want to take care of yourself. You want to get rest when you need to. You want to know that, you know, this is a continual thing. You want to avoid hiding out in your room in the same time, though. You know, sometimes people will check out going to their room. You want to ask staff for help. Ask me for help. Ask anybody for help. Drink lots and lots of water. We're in Nevada. You really want to start drinking heavily 2 to 3 days ahead of time, because I'm telling you, the minute you get there, it's like raisin, raisin, because it's pulling things out. So really drink a lot of water. Monitor your eating habits, and the bottom line is really ask for help. Reach out for help. What we say is it's usually about, depending on staffing and attending are 2 different times, but usually by Wednesday, people have, not everybody, but some people have a little bit of a breakdown. And we call it breakdown to breakthrough. So that's the point when you need to come see me or you need to come see somebody. Not everybody has it, but again, it's just, you know, you're in this such a rich environment, and it moves a lot of things within us, and it can be overwhelming on many levels. And the common one is Snap. And one thing I share with people is, if you're getting input that you're kind of, let's say you get there on Thursday and you don't want any more help with your Snap. It's okay to say, you know what, I don't want any more coaching right now. I'm just looking to kind of share. I don't want any more coaching on my Snap. I think I'm kind of coached out right now. So you can say that. Really protect yourself and take care of you while you're there, because this is an intensive. There's moments where I will miss a class. You know, I kind of check in. Is this what I need to miss? And I'll go up and take a nap. And that. So really take care of yourself and check in with me. So with that, is there any questions about the forum? You guys are all muted. So if you're talking, you're talking to yourself. Lisa, I don't know if you have any questions. Randall.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, as I said, not having attended, I'm probably going to be like you. You know, as you know, I'm a people person, so I'll feel a compulsion to meet every single person and discuss their entire life history with them. So my takeaway is that I've got to be measured with my energies. You know, as I say, I like people, and I feel a compulsion to be with, you know, with the kind of people that are going to be at the event. So I'm going to have to measure my resources.
Yeah, you definitely want to check in. So Lisa's saying after your first session, you come to the 3-day weekend following up, right? So you're meaning like the next forum, Lisa, like in a couple of months? Is that what you're talking about? Yes, okay. So it's totally up to you. You have weekends for free for life. Bernie always says, if you can come to 5, you're going to be thriving, whether that be the next one. When you come back, the grad rate, including the 15 meals, if you go back for the whole week, the mentoring and whatever, you know, growing your business, this year it's $9.95. So, and if you staff, so I suggest come back and staff one time, come back as a grad, but definitely come back for the weekends. That's one of the things that I see a lot of, you know, I made the mistake of, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, and why would you come to the classes more after the first one? Because it's way more than classes. This is literally a country club where you're hanging out with some of the most amazing mentors, and if you want to grow your business, all the way from the networking to the mentoring. I keep going back to grow my business, sell more books, get strategic partners, consulting gigs. The last time I was working through some of my next steps, so I make a list of what challenges I have in my business. It's kind of like a you've heard of prepaid legal, yeah, where people or Legal Shield. To me, this is Legal Shield for my business. It is. I go here not only to learn the latest regulations and the educational part of it, but I go here for my mentoring and stuff like that. Did that kind of? I know you said I just don't understand that part. Yeah, I think it's. Oh, I do understand that. And some people go one time and they're done. And if you're going one time and that's kind of your plan, I would only do the $39.95. I would do the $39.95 and then and look it up. I think that's what you want to do in the future, because then it is an event. You just go one time and you get what you want from the event. But if you want to be a part of a membership community and plug into all of their resources, then that's where you do the lifetime. So yeah, and anything else, Lisa? She says Legal Shield. That's fine. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So I have it on my calendar the rest of the year of when I'm going. But again, I use it to build my business. I'm not doing a ton of business here in Brevard. I have clients that pay me way more as CEOSpace than I've been able to get in other areas. So this is my marketing budget and what I do. But some people will just come to the weekends, come a couple. Bernie says once you hit 5, be true. That's really when you can start seeing some amazing stuff. Okay.
I have a question. Once you hit 5, what?
5 times.
Times what? You mean once you come 5 times?
Usually that's a point, for me, once I hit my 5, I finally, my company compliant to raise capital. I was doing in-room presentations. I finally got to that next step of taking that leap. I was still going there and getting members, and I finished my plan. But once I got to that point, it was like I'm here, and now I'm playing at a much bigger level.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's different. It's different for Robin. Some people.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, some people, they come one time. My friend came this last time, and he got picked up by a big TV contract, and so he's like, "Woo, I'm going over here right now."
So once you hit 5, you come alive. What was that quote?
He says 5 and you'll thrive. Thrive. Yeah. Oh, is Joe here?
He's here now.
Hi, Joe.
Your son, look.
Hi. Hi.
Picture of you laughing. I will do that. I got to do that.
Oh. Okay.
So, Joe, we just went through all kinds of info. Hopefully, it was good. I would love to squeeze in one more call before we go, if that's okay. Doing another Google Hangout, maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
In the group, if you guys can let me know. That way, we can just work specifically on your goal, and we'll spend, if there's 3 of us, then we'll spend 10 minutes apiece or something like, I'll go through some of the final details with the schedule, because we'll have the schedule by then, but then we'll look at more individual approaches for what you're doing and what you're looking for.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. And Joe, I'll be on the conference line with you in about a half hour.
Okay, great.
Okay. and Joe, I can't. Randall is, he's an inspiration, an attorney. He's got an amazing retreat center. So
Okay.
hopefully you guys can connect a little more. But
Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Awesome.
all right. I'll talk
All
to you
right.
guys soon.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.
Take care.